My brother asked me not to react when I heard the news. He called me at 6 inches the morning. His voice was shaking. I need you to promise me something. Promise me you won't react when I tell you this. I sat up in bed immediately. What's going on? Just promise me. Okay, I promise. Now tell me what's happening. He took a breath so deep I could hear it through the phone. Dad's not our real dad. I didn't react. Not because of my promise. Because I couldn't. The words didn't make sense. What are you talking about? I found the papers last night. I was looking for my birth certificate in Dad's office for the passport application. I found something else instead. My brother's voice cracked. Mom had an affair. We're both from a different man. Dad knows. He's always known. He raised us anyway. I stared at my ceiling fan spinning slowly. This had to be a joke. Our dad coached our little league teams, taught us how to drive, walked us through every college application. He was at every graduation, every birthday, every hospital visit when I broke my arm falling off my bike. How do you know Dad knows? I asked. Because there's a letter from Mom, written before she died, addressed to him, explaining everything. Our mother passed away when I was 12. Cancer. I barely remembered her face without looking at photos, but I remembered how Dad fell apart, how he didn't eat for weeks, how he still visits her grave every Sunday after 17 years. What does the letter say exactly? My brother read it to me, word for word. Glenn, I'm sorry I never had the courage to tell you this in person. The boys aren't yours. I made a mistake early in our marriage. 2 mistakes. I know you figured it out years ago. I saw how you looked at that paternity test you thought I didn't know about, but you never said anything. You just kept loving them like they were your own, because to you, they are. I don't deserve you. I never did. Please don't ever tell them. Let them believe. It's the only thing I've ever asked of you. I love you. I always did. Even when I didn't act like it. I sat in silence for a long time. My brother was crying on the other end. I finally spoke. Does Dad know you found this? No, he's still asleep. I don't know what to do. I told him to put everything back exactly where he found it. Act normal. I'd drive over and we'd figure this out together. The 3-hour drive felt like 30 minutes. My mind was racing the entire time. Every memory I had was being rewritten. When I got to Dad's house, my brother met me outside. His eyes were red. We sat in his car in the driveway. Neither of us knew what to say. Then the front door opened. Dad walked out in his bathrobe, coffee in hand. He saw us sitting there and smiled. Both my boys here on a random Tuesday? What's the occasion? He walked over and knocked on the window. Come inside. I'll make breakfast. We followed him in, sat at the same kitchen table where we'd eaten thousands of meals, where he'd helped us with homework, where he'd given us the talk about girls, where he'd told us our mother was gone. Dad started cracking eggs into a pan. You two look like you've seen a ghost. Everything okay? I looked at my brother. He looked at me. Neither of us spoke. Dad turned around. His smile faded. What's wrong? I couldn't hold it anymore. Dad, we know. His hand froze over the stove. Know what? About Mom. About us. About everything. The spatula slipped from his fingers. It clattered against the floor. He didn't pick it up. He just stood there, staring at us. Then his eyes filled with tears. How long have you known? Since last night. I found the letter. Dad walked over slowly. He sat down at the table across from us, wiped his face with his hands, took a breath. I've dreaded this moment for 28 years. Why didn't you ever tell us? I asked. Because it didn't matter. He looked up. You were my sons the moment I held you. Both of you. Biology doesn't make a father. Showing up does. Being there does. I was there. Every single day. My brother broke down. Dad, you didn't have to stay. You could have left. Dad reached across the table and grabbed his hand. Leave? Leave my boys? He shook his head. Never. Not for a second. I asked the question I'd been afraid to ask. Do you know who our real father is? Dad's jaw tightened. He's nobody. He was a coward who ran the moment he found out. I stayed. I chose you. Every day for 28 years, I chose you. We sat at that kitchen table crying together for an hour. Then Dad stood up, picked up the spatula, and finished making breakfast. Because that's what fathers do.